I shared a article that I wrote on Medium earlier this week, or maybe it was last week. Um, Basically asking the question, what if we never go back into the office? And I know this applies mostly to tech workers, knowledge workers, people who are considered to be information workers. That most of your job is done on the computer, your phone, making calls and things like that. And so a lot of you have already been working from home. Some of you have been told by your companies that you should work from home for the rest of the year. Some have been told you're going to work from home, or you can choose to work from home for the rest of your career if you want. So what do you make of that? Um, I don't know. I mean, I thought we were opening up. I'm in the U.S., in California, and so we were cautiously reopening. Businesses are reopening. Restaurants, cafes to some extent. Mainly if they have seats set up for social distancing, people are wearing masks. But the problem is, at least in the US and a lot of locations, people don't want to do that. They don't want to wear masks because it infringes on their freedom. They would rather go back to a state, apparently, of lockdown again. Cases are skyrocketing in California, Arizona, Florida, lots of places. In general, the overall US, because we are doing worse than pretty much any other nation in the world right now. So I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling that in a week or two, there's going to be a decision made to go back into shelter in place. That means businesses are going to close again. We're going to be trying to work from home as much as possible. People may lose more jobs. Airbnb just came out and was talking about how much it's horrifically impacted their business over the last, oh gosh, what's it been, 4 or 5 months? People just stopped traveling. And so they had to, I think they cut $1 billion in their marketing budget. They laid off over 25% of their staff. They're trying to return to their roots and focus on organic word of mouth, local travel. And the CEO, Brian Chesky, said, travel as we know it is done. It's never going to return to the way that it was before. And that sounds crazy, right? But for those of you that are old enough to have lived or been old enough to remember the world pre 9/11, travel was completely different then too. And it changed forever. Everything changed that day, and it's never gone back to the same. The same is true for this. Whether we like it or not, whether you believe in it or not, you think it's a conspiracy or not, you don't control the government, you don't control the businesses, you don't control these massive corporations, you don't control other governments. It's going to impact you whether you believe in it or not. Already, I saw that the EU is considering banning US travelers. I mean, what is this going to do to us? We can't do business travel anymore to the EU because people in America refuse to wear masks. Fantastic. So those of you that can adapt, I highly recommend that you do. Maybe you already have. Maybe you're thinking about making a change. I know one friend of mine already made a change, and now he's working in a job where he can work at home. He's working on his laptop, and he's making a ton more money. So it's like there is a silver lining. I think people are discovering that this wasn't fun for the first couple of months. It's not fun trying to work at home. For the extroverts, being away from your coworkers sucks. For the introverts, we kind of love it. I'm an introvert. I don't mind. My business already runs remotely, so I just get on my computer. I make video calls to talk with people. I get on my phone. It's kind of the same. I have clients all over the world. I would highly recommend that if you are not in that situation, that you start to explore options. That you start to look for companies that are remote first or are transitioning to remote, and they are letting their employees work from home. This has a lot of benefits because I tell you what, lockdown's coming again. Whether we like it or not, it's coming again. So if you want to be employed, you want to keep your job, find a way to work from home. The other thing that this does that I don't think a lot of people have realized is it opens up the entire world of opportunity. So if you work from home and all you need is a laptop and an internet connection, you can work from anywhere. You don't have to just work at your house. You don't have to work where you live. You can go somewhere else. You could up and move to a completely different location, a remote location, and live where you really want to live, and just work on your laptop. Don't have to worry about a commute anymore. Don't have to worry about living near a city anymore to find your job. The other thing that becomes possible is any company anywhere in the world can hire you. I have friends who do work for other companies around the world. You could live in the US and work for a company that's based in New Zealand. You could work for a company that's based in the UK. It doesn't matter anymore. So I think there is a silver lining to all this, despite the loss, despite the uncertainty, despite the fear, the chaos. There's some horrible parts to this. But you have to make the best of what you can, the best of it that you can. You can't wait for this thing to end. I think a lot of people thought it was just going to end. They were waiting for it to end. We lessened the restrictions, and of course, no one could behave and wear a mask, and so things are out of control, and we're going to lose it all again. So get ahead of it. Figure out how you can work remotely. Figure out how you can work from anywhere in the world for anyone in the world, and you'll be able to survive this. That's what I hope for each and every one of you. That's it for now.